Hello YouTube, plain old Chuck here. Uh, I was out in the neighboring town here today. Had a doctor's appointment and some other business to take care of. And I thought I'd take a walk on the old St. Clairsville bike trail. Look at that, that's kind of neat. If I can find it. There it is. It's one of the old telephone poles or power line poles or whatever. Where I'm at is on the bike trail out in St. Clairsville, Ohio. Um, nice, quiet, secluded. Very few people utilize it. Well, in the summertime there's a good many, but what it is the old roadbed for an old narrow gauge railroad that used to service the Saginaw mines and a bunch of mines and little mines in the area, transporting coal and such. And like I say, it's a nice little walk. I used to walk this after I had my heart attack about 11 years ago or so, and I cared about my health. I used to walk this trail a good bit. It's not a long trail, it's only I think a couple miles long, but it's always an interesting walk. There's several things. There's a tunnel, an old narrow gauge tunnel up ahead here. I'll try to get up that way and get you some pictures of that. But it's a nice little meandering stream goes alongside of it. There's a couple of trails off of this walkway that goes across the creek and borders, and you can walk up the other side. Although you can't really get up into the woods very much or anything. But it's still an interesting walk. So I will close this thing down and I'll start it up when we get near anything that looks a wee bit interesting. Be back in a minute. Well, here we are. We're at the we've made it to the tunnel, which is about maybe 1 mile into the trail. It's kind of nice that when they built the interstate here, they preserved this old tunnel and just kind of carried it over. So that was kind of nice that they left it. I'll get up here and get some pictures. I believe there's some plaques. It's been redone several times since the old railroad days, of course. It's really more of a modern walkway tunnel now, but at one time it was just a stone built railroad tunnel. So I'll see if I can get over there. There's a shot back down the trail the way we came. So let me get up here and see if I can get some pictures of this plaques. I'm pretty sure there's a plaque of when it was rebuilt a couple times. So we'll go up here and see if we can't get a picture or so of them. Well, obviously those signs are marked with the same signage. So maybe my feeble old mind was thinking of another trail, but I know for a fact that, well, not for a fact, but I was almost positive that this was the old Saginaw mine rail bed that they built this trail on. there's a couple plaques at the entrance down here. So maybe there's some information on there. If not, I'll have to look into it. See if I'm feeding you a line of bull or not. Y'all take care. I'm going to take a nice leisurely walk back out of here and go home, see what I can get into there. So we'll talk to y'all later. Okay, good news. I'm not totally crazy. I came in from the lower end of the bike trail that I don't normally come in from. I usually come in from the west end, but I talked to a couple people I met on the trail there about that tunnel, and I told them, you know, that I remember it being a stone line tunnel and stuff, and they said, well, that's the wrong tunnel. There's two tunnels on the trail. So I turned around and came back up. It's probably another, I would say, half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from that tunnel. And sure enough, if you look ahead of me up the trail, if we can find it, I believe we can see the tunnel up ahead. So I'll mosey on up there and see if I can't get some shots of the real tunnel. I knew I wasn't completely crazy. I might be slipping a little, but I wasn't completely crazy. So we'll see you when we get up there. This is the tunnel I remember. Although they have covered it all in a kind of a concrete type stuff because of the water leakage through the stones and such to make it a little safer. But this is the one I remember. Okay, so I've regained my sanity. So all I had to do was walk a little further. This, like I say, this tunnel here was built for the old narrow gauge railroad. The reason, when I came in the other way, that first tunnel that we found that I went through that said it was built in 213, it was built after the bikeway was put in. And the reason I don't remember it is that was never a real tunnel size portal before. That was a simple little walkway that they put in for the bike trail, but then later they built a tunnel and widened it so that they get service vehicles down here and such. So this is kind of a nice little feature here along the way. We're right downtown now, and they built this nice little stairway, and they have a little gas station at the top of the hill here on Route 40 that you can get refreshments and use the restrooms. There's a couple porta johns, but if you feel the need for a real restroom and stuff, you can get snacks and stuff up there. So that's kind of nice that they added that now too. I don't recall that being here, although it might have been. So I'll take a picture of the plaque here of when it was built and stuff, and it's kind of nice to know that my memory still works a little bit. Just my sense of directions is still off. So we'll talk to you all later. I'm going to mosey back out of here. Take care. Be kind to one another. See you on the next one.